Hi guys, and welcome back to SITENG. In today's video I'm going to tell you how the really good engineers work on site. And obviously the first thing, you want your full PPE here, you want your protection, and we engineers actually should have them all the time if they required, as we representing our client and we representing our employer here, and people are watching us, especially watching how we work. So I cannot imagine the engineers not giving the example for the other workers, but I hope it's obvious thing for you guys. And now step by step I'm going to tell you how the good engineers work. So very first thing going to be the control points here on the job like this here. You want to make sure you got the proper control points. You want to check what the information is provided by the client. If there was a surveyor here setting some control stations for you, you want to actually go on site, make sure you're going to see the targets, do your resection first, check if everything ties in, and that will be the very first thing. Even before PM or senior engineer start firing some other drawings at you, just make sure you want to go on site, set your instrument. I'm talking actually about doing setting out in this case, but you want to make sure you got this information correct, you know where the stations are, and when you do the resections, you want to make sure you're actually able to set your instrument in every point of your job. So it might be actually now time to add some new targets, to set some few datums for yourself, to make it really easy for you to work with the EDM, or maybe the simple setting the levels. You want to make sure you got the datums and the stations everywhere. Be comfortable with it. That's how every good engineer works. Very first thing is to be comfortable with the setting out. The next thing, the step number 2, I would say, going to be the drawings, the information you have. They might be from some platform, from a site, but every good engineer makes sure he got the latest information, and that's the most important thing. Make sure you're actually working with the latest information. That's how good engineers do it. You may realize later that you didn't work with the latest one. Now would be the time to speak with a senior engineer, maybe with your project manager, to sit with you 5 minutes. Just come to me and say, Greg, let's sit for 5 minutes, make sure I'm doing the right thing. That's the latest one. As I can promise you, on most of the jobs there are some emails running with the latest information. It's not even uploaded to the platforms you might be using, so it might be 5 minutes but going to save a lot of time later. And this way you're making sure you're doing the right thing, and that's actually what every good engineer does. Don't be afraid to ask a question. We seniors are for you, here to help you and to make sure everything is done as it should be, as it designed, as per latest revision. Another step, another very important thing is, once you're on site, you're comfortable with your control points, you're able to do the resection everywhere, you know now you're working with the latest revision. The next thing is a communication, and every good engineer can communicate with the workforce very good. You want to speak with everyone, you want to speak with foremen, you want to speak with construction manager, you want to make sure you know how they want the information you are providing on site. You got the drawings, you got the EDMs, you marking the lines, you marking the levels, but you want to make sure the guys understand what you're doing. Remember that we are working together, we are part of the team. I know some engineers, they were like living in a different world, doing something no one could even understand what they're doing sometimes, so that was a confusion there. We don't want it. We are one team, and the communication is the key to achieve it. So if it's chippies, ask them what they need. Maybe they want to offset for the columns, maybe they want a line for the column. If it's fixers, if you're working on the rebar, maybe they want a center of the column. For them it's a center, or maybe it's an edge as well. Speak with the people, be friends with them. That's how the good engineers work. And then after we got all these steps, the good resection, good information, good communication, we need the proper tools to mark it right. So if you want to see the few items, few tools, I really recommend it, and I was using myself when I was doing setting out. Just check that video here, and I'm talking about the 10 most important things every good engineer use. And then I'm going to leave a link in the description to the video as well. So that will be all, guys, in this video. That's how the good engineer works. Trust me. First, make sure you can do the resection everywhere, you can set the level everywhere on your side. The second thing, make sure you got the latest information here. Speak with your senior engineer, make sure that's the latest one. Third thing, communication on site. This is really important one as well. And the last thing gonna be the right way to mark your stuff. So use the proper things for it, use some proper chalk line, use the spray. We are professionals, so we don't want to look like babies coming next day and talking about the lines we mark and they're just not there. So make sure your lines not disappearing and the information is still there, and there is proper information, well communicated. So thank you for watching, guys. That will be all in today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave the comments if you got any questions. So see you next time.